Hello everyone and welcome back. This is my video. I will show you how I did those lovely continuous curves and those hearts. So while I stitch in the ditch, let's go over three things. One, you need a ruler foot. So your ruler doesn't slip under or over your foot. So make sure you have a ruler foot. Your ruler or template needs to be a 1/4 inch high. Again, so it doesn't slip over or under your ruler foot. And you need a ruler base on your machine. On a domestic, that's already built into your table. Step 2 is pick the right size ruler. In this case, for continuous curves, we want something that's 1/4 inch away from the corners and something that will give you an arc that's 1/4 inch away from the seam line. So in this case, this little ruler is just too shallow of a curve. See, I don't have a 1/4 inch at the corners. However, if I choose a ruler with a tighter curve or a smaller diameter, then I get the 1/4 inch, see, at the corners, and I get the highest part right there lining up with my seam line. That will give me that lovely 1/4 inch curve. See, on this shallower curve, I don't have the 1/4 inch at the corners. So that is not a good ruler for this unless you want to wiggle it constantly, and then you're risking getting a wiggle in your line, which kind of defeating the purpose of using the ruler. So in this case, we have the right size ruler. Once you have the right size ruler, it should have the same curve, whether on the outside here or using the outside. Yeah, once again going up, and then you'll see me flip it and use the inside curve. That's the same curve. On most rulers, that curve on the outside and inside will be the same. So, number 3, where to keep your eye, where to keep the focus of your eye so that you get beautiful curves that don't look wonky. Okay. So you don't want to watch your needle, you don't want to watch your foot. You want to focus on that next seam line intersection right there. So look ahead to that next intersection right there. And then as you're looking to that next intersection, you can't help but place your ruler a 1/4 inch away. Now see this outside? This is a corner that's going across a block. It's a longer section, so it needs a shallower curve, which is why I changed rulers. So now we're finishing that first row, and we're going to go to the beginning of the next row. You want to try and quilt this continuously, and to do that, you always want to go to the beginning of your next row. And then you do the bottom of your block, you go up, come back down. Again, you're focusing on that next intersection and across to your next intersection. So across, up, focus on the intersection, back down, again, focus on the intersection, scoot your ruler a 1/4 inch away, and just trust that it will work. Next intersection, up, down, and to the end. Again, look at your intersection, scoot your ruler a 1/4 inch away, go back up. Now we're going to finish that row by going all the way back. We've got 3 sides done. We're now doing the 4th side. And again, focus on that next intersection, and your needle will go there. I promise you, it will go there if you focus on it. It's like driving a car. Hold on. So again, we're going to the beginning of our next row, and in this case, it requires a straight ruler. So I'm getting my straight ruler, and we're going to the beginning of that row. That bottom corner is the beginning of the row. Don't worry about the angle going up. That's the outside. We're going to catch that at the end. So what I was saying about driving a car. When you drive a car, you're not looking at the road in front of you. You're looking further out ahead because you want to look where you're going to go. And I don't know, my husband calls it rubbernecking. if you rubberneck to the left or the right, doesn't your card just kind of go that way, right? You're either on one line or another. Yeah, same thing with quilting. Your needle will go where your eye is focused. So focus on your next point that you have to hit. The key to making these look good is to hit your needle right where those 4 blocks intersect. Right where they intersect. You want to hit that every single time. If you do that spot on, then your curves will be beautiful and spot on and look like they were done by robotics. So that is that number 4, make your points, hit your corners, and you will get a beautiful, beautiful result. And we're finishing this row. We're going to go up and then all the way back to finish 4 curves in those blocks. We're going to go all the way back and then get to the beginning of the next row. So you're basically going to finish this, the next 3 rows of blocks up exactly like that, okay? Okay, so here we are getting to the end of our last row, coming down, going over, and we've already done that entire side and the bottom of this heart. So now we need to finish off not just the top, but also the right side. Remember, we skipped that right side. So this is where we're going to catch it, and this entire heart will have been done continuously. Now we're back here at see, it's going to be 2. That line is longer because it goes across the block, not along an edge, so we need a shallower curve to maintain that same 1/4 inch depth. And again, we're focusing on hitting that block intersection. Sorry for my hand being there. Again, we're going across the block, not along the edge, so we need a longer curve. And we're done. We have a beautiful block. You guys, thanks again for watching. I love your comments. Hopefully this was helpful. You guys have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.